Today we're going to look at the Pythagorean Theorem. So up here in the corner you can see that I have drawn a right triangle and I have labeled the parts A, B, and C. And I've written the Pythagorean Theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Please keep in mind that the A and the B are always the legs because they make up the right triangle. So this is a leg and this is a leg, which means that the longest side is the hypotenuse. So this is always the longest side. If it helps you, you can draw a little line from the right angle and it will always point to the longest side. And so that's a good way to keep track of it. So when we come over here and we're identifying the parts, you would tell me that one of the legs is 6, one of the legs is 8, and then we would find the missing number. And we would do that by working the math problem. 6 squared plus 8 squared, and we would see what happens. So you would get your calculator, you would work it out. You would find out that 6 squared is 36 plus 8 squared, which is 64, and you get 100. And then to get rid of the c squared, you take the square root, because the square root will cancel out the second power. So if I take the square root of 100, I get an answer of 10. And so x equals 10. So we're going to work that on a couple more. If you want to pause the video right here and try these 3 on your own first, you can. I'll give you a moment to pause the video. And then we're going to work them out as a class so you can make sure that you did yours correctly. So 5 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. And again, this is the longest side, so it's 8 squared plus 8 squared equals x squared. And again, this is the longest side, so it's 3 squared plus 9 squared equals x squared. And so you're going to work each of the parts. And then you are going to work on adding those together. So that's 81. We get an answer of 90 equals, we're going to take the square root of both sides so that we can end up with an answer. And I'm going to go ahead and 128, and this one would be 961, and the square root of that equals exactly 13, and that one works out nicely. The rest of them do not work out nicely, and so you need to pay attention to what the teacher asks you to do. In my case, I prefer you to take them out to either the tenths or the hundredths place. Most of the time, the tenths will be close enough, so you do 128 and the square root, and so again, that is 11.31, or 11.3 would be the answer. If I ask you for the exact answer, you're looking for it in the square root symbol. If I am asking you for just a rounded answer, then this one is what we consider is an estimate or approximate. So sometimes we'll need it as an exact answer, in which case you will leave it as the square root of 128. And again, 90 does not work out to a perfect square, so we'll take the square root of 90, and we will get 9.48. If you are going to round that to the tenths place, you need to round that up to 9.5. So this is my approximately equal to for x. So like I said, that's how you find when you're missing a hypotenuse. All of these are you're looking for the hypotenuse. So look for the next video on how to find a leg.